Hey, good morning everybody, it's Mike, and thanks for joining me this morning. We're having some fun this week. Well, I think it's fun. I don't know if you think it's fun or not, but we're talking about how we use phone prospecting in our real estate business. Now, don't hang up yet. Just give it a chance. Hear me out here this morning. Okay, so each day this week, we're going to explore a different concept and strategy around the use of phone prospecting in your real estate business. So come at this with an open mind, okay? And just that statement right there, phone prospecting, oh my God, how many people's heart rate went up? Make 90% of the people within the sound of my voice hang up right now. I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to do it. No. Hey, I'm not talking about locking yourself in a room and pounding out 5 hours worth of cold calls today. We're not talking about that at all. So just chill for a second and let's explore this together, okay? Today, in today's call, I want to cover two important areas with you in regards to effective phone prospecting, okay? And number one's this. First, reasonable expectations, okay? So let's just kind of develop some reasonable expectations before we even go into it. The first reasonable expectation, look, in your calls, let's say that you said, okay, Mike, I can do this for 30 minutes today. That's fine. It's better than not doing it for 30 minutes today. I want you to expect to only reach 27 to 31% of all dials. I don't want to hear this. Well, I called and nobody's home. Nobody answers the phone. Well, first of all, you're not really calling landlines anymore, right? You're mostly calling cell phones. And it's not that they're not home, they're just not answering. And it's not nobody. But if you have expectations that more than 31% are going to answer your incoming call, then you're going to get really frustrated. Just expect only 27 to 31% of all dials to actually get an answer. Number two on expectations. This is just one touch, folks. It's just one touch. If you think that you're going to make some calls today and somebody is going to say, oh my gosh, thank you for calling, we are ready to list our home today, then you're batshit crazy. That's not going to happen. It's just the start of a relationship. Can you imagine if the first time I met my wife, Jane, let's say that we were out, we were getting a cup of coffee together and it's really the first interaction and we're just getting to know each other, and at the end of that coffee meeting I say, you know, Jane, you're so cute and you're so adorable. I tell you, let's just get married and have 4 kids. What would she think? Would she think I'm a little weird? Probably, right? It would be so inappropriate. And that's what your phone prospecting is, folks. It's just the first conversation. I know what we want. We just want to make a call and we want to set a listing appointment and we want to go over and meet with them for 30, 45 minutes and we want them to sign a listing agreement. You can have that fantasy all you want. It's not going to happen. It's just the first call. There will probably be 10 to 12 follow-up touches required after that. And if you're not willing to do the 10 to 12 follow-up touches, then I contend that you're not willing to work hard enough and you shouldn't have any expectations at all in this business. Just do what you've always done, sit around, wait for people to call you. Oh, how's that work? Expectation number 3, practice, 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 and then practice some more. Why do we expect to just naturally be good at something? Why do we think that when we got our real estate license, magical powers were portrayed onto us and we're just naturally very effective and highly skilled? We're not. It's just starting then. Practice, practice, practice. Find a role play partner that will practice harder with you than you'll play. If you'll practice tough objection handling and difficult phone calls, then when you actually do this, it won't be hard at all. Hours of this every day? Of course not. If you wanted to start an exercise program, let's say running, you wouldn't just get up the first day, put some new tennis shoes, running shoes on, and go for a 26.2 mile run, would you? No, you build up your stamina over time, and you build your skills up over time. Well, I don't know what to say, and I don't know how to say it to people, so I'm afraid. I got it. Let me give you some tips on how to be more effective. If you're going to spend a little bit of time doing this today, and I would encourage all of you to do some form of this every business day. Why? It's free and it's effective. You don't like it. I fully get it. But if you're a little bit more prepared and a little bit more skilled, you'll dislike it less. Does that make sense? You dislike it so much because you're unprepared and unskilled, and it makes you feel really uncomfortable. I get it. I'm trying to help you with that. So some tips on effectiveness. Number one, when you're on the phone, stand up. Stand up, put a headset on, and move around. It will improve the quality of your conversation so much. And use your hands, and use your body language just like you do, just like you're watching me do right now if you're watching the video. If you're listening to me, I am shaking my hands at you right now for emphasis, and it changes my voice. Use your hands, use your body to create meaning and emphasis. Use your voice to create emphasis. The dramatic pause, the lowering and raising of my voice. Remember this. If you don't remember anything from this morning's call, remember this. It's not what you say. You can buy all the scripts and dialogues you want, and then you can read them to people like some cheesy salesperson would. But I contend it's not what you say. It's how you say it to people. My third tip for you today, get to the point. I don't need you to ask me how I'm doing. I don't need to hear your last name. I don't need any of that stuff. I don't need to know that you're calling about my house. I kind of get it. Your mic was Century 21. What else would I be calling you about? Get to the point. That's what your customer, the person on the other end of the phone, is trying to figure out. Who are you and why are you calling me? And when we beat around the bush, we frustrate the daylights out of them. I need to clearly, as the person being called, I need to clearly understand why you're calling me. Cut out the last names, the how you doing, and speak up. Don't mumble, project confidence. Okay? So watch, if I was calling a for sale by owner this morning, I might start it off something like this. Hey, good morning, it's Mike at Century 21. Just a quick call to see when you're going to be interviewing agents for the job of selling your house. Oh, you're not? Well, other than the obvious, trying to save money, was there any other reason why you weren't going to hire an agent? No, it's just about saving money. I fully understand. So when you do sell this house, where will you go next? When do you want to be there? What happens if this house isn't sold by then? Get to the point. Pick it, watch your pace and your tempo. Upbeat, get to the point. Think about a song like Staying Alive by the Bee Gees in 3/4 time. Keep it going. Be snappy about it. And again, practice, practice, practice. Hey, I want to make you an offer this morning. You want to see this in action? You want to see how somebody makes the calls, and you want to hear how people respond to it? Like, would you like to be on a fly on the wall and actually experience this? I'm going to do that Wednesday morning. And I'm going to invite everybody that's listening to me right now, come join us 10:30 Wednesday here in my office. We're going to set the room up in a big squared off circle, and I'm going to get right out in the middle of it. And I'm going to make prospecting calls of all different kinds. We're going to do FSBOs and expired. Sure, we are. We're also going to do some buyer lead generation calls. We're going to do some just listed, just so phone calls. We're going to do some sphere of influence and past clients. We're going to do all different kinds. And I'm going to put the calls on speaker so you can hear both sides of it. Because this is the problem with scripts and dialogues. The person on the other end of the phone doesn't know they're supposed to stick to a script. and they say all kinds of crazy off-target things back to us, and then that throws us off because I say this, and then this is your response pattern, and then I say this. Well, what happens if they don't stick to the response pattern? And they never do. So come join me tomorrow at 10:30. We're going to start sharp at them. We're going to go for about 60 to 75 minutes tops. And then we're going to break. And you'll be able to hear some live prospecting. Because folks, I know this. I know that a large percentage of you that are listening to me right now say, this isn't for me. I don't like it. I'm not going to do it. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm not telling you to pound out hours worth of these every day. I'm saying, could you do 30 to 45 minutes a day? And if you did, and you did that 5 days a week, and you did that 4 weeks a month, and you did that 11 out of 12 months a year, what would happen? And it's free. So for all of you out there whipping out your credit card and trying to buy your business, you know, I hate that stuff. But why don't you check all the free boxes first? Invest in yourself, and I'll promise you this. If you get a little bit more skilled, if you'll get a little bit more prepared, you won't have so much call avoidance. And this is Mike, and I want you to go out there and make it happen for yourself today.